Good morning, or afternoon, as it may be. This is my Hondo, it's a bit shiny into it, Fame Series 762 12 stringer. It's a strat. Yeah. You often see 12 string electrics, it's quite rare to get this one. The pickups in it, there is an issue, which I'll tell you, but really it's amazing the difference in sound between them. Right, so the issue with them is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but if you can see the high E strings don't actually sit under the pole pieces of the pickup. They're quite a bit out, which means that when you're actually playing it, it doesn't sound that bad when I play it here, but they're not very loud. You can probably hear them okay there. Acoustically it's totally fine. All the strings are a great mix between them, but when you've got the pickups on, they're just a bit too quiet because they're not quite lining up. And as far as I can tell, everyone's original on this, so it's just been a sort of design flaw. I've seen other ones on eBay. I've looked at once I discovered this, I looked them up other ones, and there's a few people that have kind of moved the pickups up a bit, but that means that the thick E strings don't line up, so they must be quieter. So what I've done is I've ordered some rail pickups, you know, the ones with the two blades on it, so hopefully they'll cover the whole range and give all of them. Be nice. I don't know if that's going to work, but it's a shame because the pickups in this are obviously really good ones if it was just a 6-string strat, but I think some must have gone a wee bit funny when they doubled up the strings. You know, they just don't quite line up. But the guitar itself is stunning, it really is. The guy who'd had it before me cut the headstock shape's not quite right. See it? Not really. The light's all funny today. But basically the headstock should be a bit pointier than that. It should kind of come down there a wee bit, but he cut the end off because he said it was difficult to turn that tuner, which is probably true, but it's probably why I got the guitar a good bit cheaper than it should have been. The neck on it's stunning, it's fantastic. I'd imagine it's solid ash or something like that. In some of the Hondos you get, I know they make shit guitars, but they also make really fucking good ones. It's Grover tuners. It's like a standard 12 of them. Like, if you buy Grover tuners, it's like just 50 quid for a set of 6, so this is like £100 worth of just tuners, forget everything else. Got like a stop tail bridge like a Gibson would have. I'm actually considering getting one of those piezo ones. I've got one on another guitar over there that's kind of in bits and haven't played for years, but I'm thinking if I put like one of your piezo loaded bridges and then just sort of filed the saddles to take the 12 strings, because obviously it'd just be for a 6-string. That'd be quite a cheesy thing to do, because I've got a guitar there that's got like a Fishman bridge in it, so it's stereo. So my amp, the way it's set up, not the one I'm playing to now, but all this crap is I've got a stereo lead going in. So I've got one going into the Softtech and the other one going into a Zoom acoustic pedal and then through the PA, so I can kind of mix between the two. So if I've already got that set up, I'm thinking if I put one of those piezo bridges in this and made it stereo as well, that would mean I could do that. Obviously when you make it stereo, I would just make it, the tip would be the electric guitar, and the next the sort of, was it ring? Actually you tip the ring in the sleeve, so the ring would be cancelled out. If you just use a normal lead it wouldn't do anything, whereas if you use the stereo lead it would send it to the ring, which would send it into the PA and all that. I was thinking what I didn't do in the Silver Hornet was I didn't put a volume control on the piezo pickup, whereas this I would probably just knock out one of them, just have a master volume and a master tone rather than the two tones, which is a bit, I've never used tone controls anyway, but I'd probably have volume, tone and then volume for the piezo if I decide to do that. I don't know, it's 30 quid and it's like, it depends how well the pickups work with when I get the rails in. If the rails work really well, then I'll probably decide it's worth doing. I don't know. a 12 string electric's a sort of funny thing because you can't really, well, it sounds just a wee bit like a chorus pedal. As you can see, I'm absolutely no problem playing it. It's great. I've got a 12 string acoustic I've had for years, and it's obviously great for your egos and your, which is, it's written down. If you ever buy a 12 string, you've got to play Mr. Tambourine Man within the first 10 minutes. You just have to. I can totally see where there's the just not quite cutting in with it. I also think that single coils are the way to go with these, even though I'm going to put blade humbuckers in it, just because their blades are the only ones I can get. I do have an Ibanez, it's got like a blade one, but I'm pretty sure I paid about 25 quid for the one pickup, and I'm not doing that. So I'm probably just going to tap all of them and have them permanently tapped, because the single coily sort of jangly sounds seem to go obviously really well with a 12 stringer. I'm not sure humbuckers are really quite as good, but I'll try them out. The way I'm looking at these things are, so I just put standard, you know, the blade ones in, they'll fit in the same holes, so I can always put it back. Other than that, feeling that, I'll just get another scratch plate with you know, full size humbuckers in it, and then tap them, and then I don't really know. But I think the reason you don't get very many 12 stringers, it's kind of like the 8 string bass. It's not as useful as having one guitar. Mind you, thingy. And you don't know, there's still time to change the road you're on. That's wrong words. Yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road. As a note, it was actually me and my pal G were listening to Abercrombie Wilco the other night, and we were listening to Led Zeppelin 4 when we came back, and that bit where it kind of goes, that's not actually Robert Plant singing, it's a slide guitar going. I just always assumed it was Robert Plant giving it, but no, it's actually a slide. Right, enough about this. Hondo Fame 76212. Nice guitar. Don't buy all the hand Hondos because I am.